Invis is everything braces isn't. Eating the food you love, life uninterrupted. Invisalign.
Welcome back to Levi Stadium and the NBC Sports Studio. Every week, Adobe brings us stories of athletes performing at their peak.
Danielle Podlofsky joins us with the story of two brothers from Bellarmine at the top of their sport.
Aubrey, growing up, twins Nolan and Galen Topper were inseparable. Today, nothing has changed. The two run alongside each other on the Bellarmine cross country and track teams and are both committed to the same college. Bellarmine senior cross country and track stars Nolan and Galen Topper were destined to be runners. The road to success for these identical twins started by watching their dad compete in ultra marathons.
My dad was an ultra marathoner, so he's done more miles in a day than I've done in a week ever. So he's done like some incredible runs. The highlight being he ran Western States, which is a 100-mile run from like up in the Sierras, and he's done it 5 times.
From a young age, Nolan and Galen's dad knew the pair would be great runners.
I used to remember them when they were very young. They kind of complain on these hikes going uphill, and then they would just tear downhill like as fast as their little legs would carry them. And I could just see like how good they were running.
But Nolan and Galen played multiple sports in middle school. They soon found out they were more talented on the track than they were on the field.
We're not very good at ball sports. Nolan and I have terrible hand-eye coordination. Really are not very good at soccer, football, basketball, whatever. But running doesn't need that. Running is all about determination and persistence, and something I guess we were genetically gifted at that. We're pretty skinny, we're pretty small. So running was never been that difficult. So when we came in and were able to run at a high level, didn't really ever want to do anything else. And then we've developed a love for running that's don't really have for any other sport.
Last season, Nolan and Galen saw a lot of success at Bellarmine, including a 3rd place finish at States and a new record at their home course.
We broke the course record at Crystal Springs, which is our local course. Super happy to have done that. Like, that was a huge race for us. Didn't run quite as well as we wanted to at the state meet, but that was also a pretty good race.
To add to their list of accomplishments, in 2019, Nolan qualified for the Foot Locker Cross Country Championships in San Diego.
Foot Locker was a national meet, and it was a pretty important thing for me. Just it did a few things. I was able to meet some of the top athletes and race some of the best. The race was really amazing. Another thing, it really helped with college recruiting. It kind of got me on the national stage.
COVID-19 ended the spring track season early and postponed the fall cross-country season.
It was very disappointing. Like, it kind of felt like every week we heard more bad news. We tried to stay hopeful, and we're still holding out some hope.
Nolan and Galen are making the most of their off time. The two train together nearly every day.
Right now we're doing probably 6 days a week of running, sometimes 7. And trying to hit about 60 to 70 miles a week with at least usually 3 workouts, 1 of them or 2 of them being not super fast, but usually hard up on a hill or climbing some of the hills up here.
Nolan and Galen are extremely competitive and are constantly pushing each other.
I'd say we're very competitive. I've been in the past a little bit trailing him, especially in the longer stuff. Like, he's really good at the 5K. This season I've really closed it. And it's always been my goal to beat him, always. And if I can beat him no matter how fast or slow we're going, it's a good race for me.
In November, their hard work paid off. The pair committed to run at Stanford, a place Nolan and Galen are very familiar with.
It's about 3.5 miles from campus to my house, and so we're not going very far.
The two brothers did not originally plan to attend the same college.
We both looked at the schools independently, and when it came down to it, Stanford was both our favorite options, and that's what we chose.
Nolan and Galen will be running year-round at Stanford.
It's a 3-sport thing. We're doing cross-country, indoor track, and outdoor track. So at Stanford, I think they do all of them, and we'll be doing competing the entire year.
The Toppers are happy the two are staying close.
They were thinking about schools, including some schools far away. It would have been hard to maybe just see them once a year run, but it's going to be nice that they're going to be local.
The cross country and track seasons are still up in the air. For right now, Nolan and Galen continue to train together. Their favorite place to run? Right up the road at Stanford, their future home.
Nolan and Galen run at Stanford a couple of times a week, so I'm sure they probably won't get lost on campus next year.
Yeah, identical twins and both doing very well.
Very well.
Yeah, outstanding. Okay, Danielle.